To create our jellyfish, we first need to get out. To create our jellyfish, we need to have our supplies ready. And with the paper, you want to have the larger slit on the top right and the smaller one on the bottom left. We're first going to create the hood or bell or body of our jellyfish. And all we need to do is make a upside down U. You can use your white oil pastel, you can use your yellow oil pastel. So that you can see, I'm going to use my yellow oil pastel. And again, I'm just making a big upside down U. From here, we want to make it look as round as possible. So one thing we can do is put a nice curve to make it look more volume, a bigger curve, and going with the direction of the bell shape, we can put some nice vertical lines. You can always add patterns, which are super fun, by creating a repetition or repeating a shape along the body of your jellyfish. And again, we can see even a pattern within a pattern. We have these circles, line, circles, line, circles, line. So they're super fun. Along this edge, you can go ahead and follow that cut line, and you can make the bottom of your body of the jellyfish. We want to see under the jellyfish. We're going to make one more line that starts at this point here and just sweeps across to the other side. This will look like we're looking inside our jellyfish. Down here you can do the same thing. You can create some variation. Maybe this one's a little bit smaller, not as tall. Again, you can give it a curved line to make it look a little more round. And again, following that shape, we're going to keep our curved lines. This could be another set of patterns. Even up here I might do a fun little pattern, which just makes it a little different. Variation is always fun. Creates a lot of interest in your artwork. We're going to connect the line for under the body, and we're just going to follow that slit that you'll see again right there. And then we have to make the underside of the jellyfish so you can see inside. Correct. Okay, so our jellyfish wiggle and jiggle, and they love to swim around all day in the ocean. So they might create a couple bubbles. You could give your background, your water, some bubbles, and using my white, you probably won't see this, but I can make some bubbles. When you create bubbles, you want to think about small, bigger, and the way how close they are. Maybe two are close together and one's a little bit distant, because bubbles are totally random. So with that, I can keep doing a couple bubbles here and there, wherever you want. And again, if I color in my bubble, I'll be sure it stays white. This is an oil pastel, and it resists the watercolor we're going to put on. Very good. Next step is we can go ahead and color in our jellyfish. For the next step of this project, we'll be painting in the body of our jellyfish and the blue ocean behind. You will need to have a cup of water, your little tray, your yellow watercolor, magenta, and orange, along with your paintbrush. Also, scissors will help with opening your blue water packet. To begin, you want to wake up your paints, and all I need to do is give each paint a little dab of water, and this will get our watercolor diluted so when we're ready to paint. For your blue, I recommend just snipping the top and you can pour that out into your tray. Okay, to begin, it's always great to begin with a lighter color. So I could start by putting some of my yellow down. And it's up to you how you want to paint these in. The other fun thing you can do is try a wet on wet technique, which is really fun, where you put water down. So I'm just putting clear water down like this, and I'm kind of hugging the yellow. And then I can pick up another color, and this will float in, and as it does, it kind of mixes on the paper, which is really cool to watch. Instead of you trying to paint in a specific area, it kind of takes on its own life and follows itself in. So again, if you just take some water, give a little area some coat of water, then you can come in and let the paint do the work, like so. So again, it's easy to let these colors mix on their own. So for inside our jellyfish, we want to give that a color too. So I'm going to put down a little water and try that wet on wet technique again. Continue on with my next. After that, we're going to be wanting to color in the background. You have your bubbles, and we don't need to worry about those because, again, it's oil pastel. It will resist your water. We can try the wet on wet technique again. You can put down some areas of water. So just using straight water. This will create, again, a very fluid technique which will emulate water in the ocean. So again, add these in. And you can see how the bubble are sticking out. One thing you could think about is just patches of different lighter and darker. It's the way the light moves through the water, which creates a little more interest rather than it being just one solid shade of blue. Good. And if you think about the sunlight on the top of the water, it may be darker as you go down.